what has happened in the unexamined state or the unawake state is that we identify with mind, we identify with thought activity. That's the error. It's the only error. Thought itself is not the error. Identifying with thought is the error. We identify with the movement of mind, the waves. The movement of mind, just like the waves, has a cause, from the pebble that is dropped way back there, way back when. Conditioning, karma, previous experience, the narrative, the story, what happened, and the karmic imprint we come into. So it's like a pebble that creates a ripple that goes through our lives. There's no need to stop that or fix it, but to, if you like, disidentify from it, to not get lost in that, to not lose oneself and therefore identify with this thought and that thought and this thought and that thought. And thoughts tend to have patterns. The ripple has a particular pattern. And then we identify with that and believe that that is who we are. That's the error. Mind itself, true mind, the essence of mind, the true nature of mind, is not that which moves. It's not the movement, it's not the activity. The true nature of mind, the essence of mind, is awareness. Awareness is the open field, the open space of consciousness. It's the ocean itself. Without awareness, there is no mind. There is no capacity to perceive, to experience, to reflect, and so on. These are functions of mind, but not essence of mind. So what are we really talking about here? If we're not talking about stopping the mind, or changing the mind, or getting rid of the mind, in terms of thought activity, we're really talking about or pointing to the possibility of relaxing the tight grip on thought activity and believing it to be me. Yeah, you have a difficult thought, a negative thought, a hopeless thought, a challenging thought, an anxiety-based thought, and you believe that is who you are. And when you believe that is who you are limited. You limit yourself to a me identity. And usually that's repeated, so it becomes part of your identity. When we do not focus in this way, when we do not lose our sense of self in the thought activity, there's a relaxation, something comes undone. There's a relaxation of the focus into the essential nature of who we are, the unbounded openness of being, the unbounded openness of awareness. We relax into that. Then thought activity can continue. Most of it is just flotsam and jetsam. But we are not focused on it. In that sense, it doesn't matter. They're just like ripples on the surface of the ocean. It's like mind, small mind, that what which we identify as mind, as this thought activity, comes to rest in itself, as its true nature, awareness that is locked into thought activity falls open into awareness itself. In other words, it realizes itself, it recognizes itself, it rests in itself. This means you are no longer tortured by thought activity. You're no longer tormented by thought activity. When thought activity or identification with that is at the forefront, then mind or thought is in the driving seat and torments you. Yeah, it's not in its rightful place. When it comes undone or relaxes, so that you sink into beingness, sink into open awareness, then it's mind, what we think of as mind, comes into its rightful place, into its rightful position. It's no longer in the driving seat. Yeah, it comes into rest. And from that place of rest, it's a servant. It serves you. It serves intelligence. It serves natural intelligence as a function, so that when you need to use mind or thought activity to plan, to function, to whatever it is, to create and so on, then it comes into its rightful place, into its rightful position. So it's not about getting rid of anything. It's about shifting, if you like, perspective, perception, and not deriving identity from mind. We can call this awakened mind. It's awakened to its own true nature. It's no longer trapped in misidentification. Yeah? Awakened mind. Awakened mind doesn't mean that you become a super being elevated, although you do have access to a much deeper, vaster, truer field of intelligence that informs you. You're no longer informed by the flotsam and jetsam. At the same time, the flotsam and jetsam becomes less and less because it has no longer a purpose.